Yo, what's up, YouTube? It's your brother YT. Wake 'em up, back at it again with another video. America is becoming unlivable. Thumbs up the video, smash subscribe. Let's get into it.
Some of y'all have that mentality of y'all just broke it. Y'all need to work harder. No, shit just shouldn't be that fucking expensive, you dumb bitch.
But I'll never be able to own a home. I've never made enough money to be able to do that. I'll never be able to drive a luxury car. I'll never be able to take like a luxury vacation outside this country on like a nice flight. We'll never be able to do those things, you guys. I'm just a 39-year-old millennial that is just tired. I'm tired of doing everything that they told us to do, and it gets me nowhere. It just keeps me stuck in the same cycle of work, pay bills, stress each month, work, pay bills, have more anxiety. Am I going to pay all my bills this month? Am I going to be able to afford it? Pray that nothing goes wrong, and if something does go wrong, get set back. I do everything that they tell us to do. Work hard, pull yourself up by your bootstraps, go to school, get a good job, do all these things.
I'll tell y'all one thing, like, living in America is not easy. It's not, because it's like the cost of living here is so freaking expensive to the point that people feel like they have to have 2 jobs and a side hustle just to maintain bills. That's not even extracurriculars. Like, it's more to life than just paying a bill. I kid you not. You got people out here that are staying in relationships with one another just because they can't afford rent by themselves. Because the cost of living is so freaking expensive. Like, it is crazy out here. Gas going up, food going up, healthcare is just, yeah. Like, how are you supposed to, like, live comfortably in this? Like, what's going on?
Americans who've been to Southeast Asia, you went back home to the States and realized it was a scam, right? Like, bro, you eat like a king out here for $2 a meal. In the States, you're spending $18, bro, on a Chipotle bowl that looks like it was stomped on. Then they skimp on the chicken, and it's covered in seed oils. And then what are we actually even working for back home? A house we'll never own? You know, you got to spend 30 years to pay off the mortgage, and then once it's paid off, you owe property taxes until...
Right, yeah, I've been to Southeast Asia, and I did come back home thinking, yeah, we been scammed. My meal was like $1.30 per meal, $2 max. I was just thinking about the street food lady too, how I get that omelet out there every night. It was 25 baht. That was less than, let me see what that is right now. That's 79 cents right now. That would be my nightly meal, 79 cents. I give me something to drink, spend like $1 on my dinner, right? And yeah, everything out there is inexpensive. Everything here is super expensive. That's why, if you notice, a lot of people are moving out to Thailand. When I was out there, it wasn't so many of us out there. Now it's a whole lot of us out there. People are catching on to what's going on, and they're leaving and never coming back. You can type it in right now. I'm leaving America and never coming back. A lot of videos will pop up. People just want to live better. They want to live better. They want to live basic. A lot of people don't want to be rich. They just want to be able to afford life. And out there, you can. You can get an apartment for $250, $300 per month, $400 or $500 per month even. You could live off $2,000. Nowadays, rent is $1,500 to $2,000 just for rent. Out there, you could pay for everything and live like a king or queen, as they say. You could live pretty good out there, still on that type of income. Thailand, Vietnam, especially Da Nang, Vietnam, certain parts of the Philippines, Mexico, certain parts. Mexico getting a little more expensive. But people are tapping into other countries and going out there, taking the US dollar and going out there and living good in comparison. And people realize you don't need a car out there. You don't need a lot of money out there. You don't have to work 24/7. You can actually work a little and live more.
You don't own the fucking thing. Congratulations, you just rented from the government. And then healthcare is literal extortion. Like, if you break your arm, bro, that is $3 grand and a payment plan. Everyone's competing in a game that doesn't even matter. Everyone's buying shit to impress people who they don't even like, who don't even like them. You got these blue-haired freaks destroying the cities of America. Whenever I go back, I can't help but see that we are in the Truman Show in the States. But here in Southeast Asia and shit, even Europe, it's a simple life. It's more affordable. You realize America's not freedom. It's a subscription service with no cancel button. If you don't get it yet,
I need someone to make it make sense. I can't get my diabetes injections anymore because they went from $76 to $499
Sheesh.
a month. These injections literally keep my A1C and my blood sugar at bay.
I hope people start tapping into herbs like Janema and herbs like that. That'll actually do the same thing. You can get those and you don't have to pay $400 per month. More people will figure this out as they are not able to afford the medicines. They will find out that medicine comes from herbs. They're holistic remedies. We are holistic human beings. People will figure that out and they'll start to tap into true healing anyway. This is going to be a good thing as far as that goes.
But because people want to use them strictly for weight loss and things they're not supposed to use them for, now we're punished for it. And I don't have medical insurance, so I can't afford that. So now my blood sugar is going to skyrocket again, and I'm always going to feel like shit because metformin doesn't work, Farxiga doesn't work, I'm allergic to Trulicity. When I started this injection that I was on a few months ago, my A1C was 8.9, and it's already been brought down to like 6.8. And now they just take it. It's a sick joke. But if you're a crackhead, or you're poor, or anything else, everything gets handed to you on a silver platter. But if you're middle class working, it's like you're just absolutely screwed. And it's not fair. It's not fair. You probably don't care. But it sucks.
Yo, do y'all really think it's normal to be paying $2,500 a month plus for rent? Is that normal? Do you think it's normal to pay $300, $400, $500 on a car note, $100 on your phone bill, $150 on electricity? Like, that's not normal, yo. Do you know what you could do with that type of money in different places? The reason these prices are so high is because they know they can take advantage of us.
Right.
It's that simple. And they know we're going to keep paying. I feel like we don't have the discipline to force these people's hand. Like, these prices are out of control. Like, it shouldn't be this expensive for literally basic necessities. Just because we are the richest country in the world and have the highest GDP doesn't mean we should be taken advantage of and squeezed for like every dime we got. That makes no sense to me. You know, things should cost what they cost. And a lot of that is, you know, the market, and, you know, we determine the market. So I believe we got to do better, man. It's only going to get worse, you know, the more we put up with and accept, you know, them hiking up these prices, because these companies just want to make money. Like, that's all they in it for.
That's true. Just like during the pandemic, C-19, remember, people were taxing on hand sanitizer, they was taxing on tissue, they was taxing on all of that. People were complaining online, so the government was like, yeah, y'all can't price gouge. They made it to where no price gouging was allowed. It's the same thing. It should be the same way. We forced their hand, then they will have to step in and say, no, something got to be done. We can't charge this much. Companies can't charge this much. You can't be participating in greedflation. Force them to make the prices come down. But as long as we continue paying them, they're going to continue to raise them. I agree with bro.
You know, so they'd be like, oh, all right, if something costs $50 and they, you know, take it up to $60 and we still buying, they're like, all right, bet. Let's take it up to $70. They'll take it up until we do something about it. And that's their strategy. Like, don't fall for it, man. Just pay the money for what things are really worth. And if you can't find a reasonable price, don't buy it.
Right.
Don't buy it. If most people did that, the economy would be a ton better.
Literally had my wits in with this shit. Like, I don't know how the fuck people are functioning right now. It's a little too much for me. Like, I know everybody like, well, that's just life. You have to work. That's you can get what you want. You gotta reach. I don't care. I don't think it's normal to be this overworked. I don't think it's normal to be burnt out. I don't think it's normal to be tired all the time. I don't think it's so normal to be so overstimulated. Everything's so overstimulating. And it's because of our work life. It's because of the fact that we have to rush and everything's hustle, bustle, this, move there, move that, schedule this, time frame that, productivity, you know, fully productive days, wake up at 3 a.m., go to bed at 10 p.m. Like, it's just too much. Like, we're just trying to fit too much in too little time when really all that we should be doing and focus on is literally living and breathing and being human. We can't even focus on that. We can't even focus on our basic ass health because everything is so fucking like go, rush, do this, do that. And it's like, it never ends. It never stops. And I know like people are like, well, you gotta work hard now so you can live comfortable later. There's not gonna be comfortable later, man.
Yeah, no, it ain't no live comfortable later. Later it's gonna get worse, actually. That's a lie that they told the people. America is one of the unhealthiest countries in the nation. Due to that, people just working 24/7, don't got time to tend to their health. I agree with that as well. One of the most obese countries is America. Other countries laugh at Americans. We had the Super Size Me movement back in the day where they were advertising people overeating. We're advertising all of that. Gluttony, advertising gluttony.
You're just gonna be working hard for the rest of your life until you overwork your body to the point that you can't even do shit no more, and you might just clock out of here. Like, it's no end goal. Like, for some people it do happen. I'm not saying you shouldn't work hard to meet your goals, but it's just like, I feel like another thing too is like, it feels like no matter what, it's always gonna be a next goal. You reach one goal, you work your ass off to get to one goal, and then you gotta work your ass off to get to the next goal, and you work your ass off. And the next thing you look up, you're 78, your whole life done flashed ahead of you, and it's like, damn, now, I can finally, enjoy my life. But I don't know. I just don't, it's just not it for me.
Yeah, I know people that worked hard and never got to enjoy life. Some people passed away on the job. Some people, just got old and couldn't move no more, couldn't walk around. You working your prime years out pretty much, giving those away. And then you really can't enjoy life or won't want to. You just want to chill at that point. You just want to rest.
My husband says I need to be more honest about what it's really been like to move from Germany to America, so I'm going to try to share a little bit more about that. Truth be told, I have been hesitant to share because I have had a lot of negative things to say, and I kind of hoped I would get to a more positive place with it. And then I could share kind of like the good, the bad, the ugly, but I still don't know if I'm in a good place with the transition, so I think I just need to start sharing. Let's start with January. We moved back mid-January, days before the new administration took office. And in the industry my husband works in, it was not a great change. There were some changes that happened with the new administration that impacted his industry that we couldn't have foreseen going into it. And so as soon as we landed in America, things got pretty stressful with his job, which was not something we had anticipated.
Soon as he landed, things got stressful with his job. Crazy, right?
And with his job, I stay at home, he works. So being with one income and that job being in jeopardy, after such a big life transition, an expensive life transition, was really stressful. So thankfully things have stabilized with that for the foreseeable future, and so that has helped a little bit, but there's still been a lot of other kind of ripple effects because of that, that have both of us taking a little bit longer to adjust.
No one can afford homes in the United States of America. I said what I said and I meant it. Let's start with how much the average home costs. As a 23-year-old, I'm considered a young adult. I do not have $400,000 lying around in my pocket. Nor are any loan or approvers probably going to approve me because what? I'm 23 years old. A lot of you are probably saying, well, what about your job and how much do you make? That's besides the point, right? Because everyone is supposed to be able to afford a home in the United States of America, right? It's the American dream, the white picket fence, no, that's not the case no more. Y'all are lied to. I am so tired of being gaslit by our government, making it seem like we are the problem. So then tell me, why are interest rates so high on houses, right? Because that's your doing. The next thing is, let's talk about why the homes are so expensive besides the interest costs. The amount of money that it takes to build a home now is astronomical. And y'all's friend said he wanted to put tariffs on other countries. The material is already extremely expensive to build and no one can afford it. Not even builders can afford it. That's why the homes are so expensive. Now for people who are...
That's true. A lot of builders, they went under. They were scamming some of the people that paid them to get homes built. Ultimately, a lot of the companies ended up going under. They couldn't afford it no more. Nobody were getting homes. They couldn't afford the materials. The cost of materials increased. People didn't have the money to pay for the materials plus the build. The companies themselves couldn't complete the builds due to the increase in material costs, the whole nine. That wasn't just America. That was Australia as well. A lot of people got scammed out of it, out of their house being built. People cannot afford to get a house built right now. Not even the builders, like he said.
Have their home and have already bought their home. That's great, and that's nice and all for you that your prices are extremely high and that you probably purchased it for $99,000 and it's probably worth over $500,000, $600,000. That's really nice for y'all. But how about the people who want a house as well? Think not only about yourself, think about your kids or your grandchildren that may want a house in the future. It's not fair to anyone. And then y'all force us and gaslight us to live under rent, where it also increases every year. This is getting absolutely ridiculous. The housing market is going to crash and no one is going to like what happens next. But don't say everybody ain't been telling y'all.
Great points throughout this video. Great points, especially the housing aspect. Drop a comment. Let me know what y'all think about this video. What do you think about 2025 and the cost of living? It is in crisis mode, full blown. Y'all drop a comment. Appreciate you for watching. Peace to my Hebrew fam. Shalom.